Hello Connective, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you don't know how I work, I put a bunch of different cards from different decks on the table that tell a story and we talk about it. If you like the content on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Don't smash anything. And with that being said, let's get into this energy. So this is a collective reading for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, it is your turn to find out what energies are around you. Let's see what's going on. I'll look at that in a second here. I can't tell what it is. It's strategy. Uh-oh. Do you need a strategy to get out of something, Sagittarius? Is there something going on? Do you want to talk about? Energy cards. Do we have any other... I think we're going to make a rule that like a minimum amount of cards has to come out, otherwise we're going to pull. And if we pull, it's going to be that minimum amount of cards. I'm going to pull this one too. Wow! Blossoming Abundance. All right, not the first time. We got Journey. Journey. Last time Journey came out, it was because, well, it was the lesson. Like the journey was the lesson. Let's see if Journey is an actual journey this time. Let's see. All right. Oh, there we go. Patience. All right, let's go one more time. One more time, and then we'll talk about what fell out, and then we'll pull Alice right away. Oh, the Temple Path. Oh, I bet you that's the journey. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, that one's going. The Garden and the Gate. All right, one more time. One more time. Wow. That card's been coming out for other signs. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh. So no like actual real people, sort of. Oh yeah. We got third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. Okay, so our power center. And then we have, ooh, holy crap. Okay. Okay. So we'll put Journey over on this side. This is actually, usually this is kind of like the good row, like what we're working towards or what we're working towards what happened. And then this is like the row that we're going to get away from. But I don't think we have a whole lot of that. If it is, it's like super mild. But, you know, sometimes I perceive like walking away or the Garden and the Gate as like bad cards because usually it signifies like an ending and a beginning, and usually it's a relationship. It's walking away from a relationship or deciding to walk away from the relationship. But really with this card, the Garden and the Gate, it's kind of like that she has the key around her neck. She's standing by the gate. The abundance is out there. The abundance is also over here. So there's not going to be a bad side of this reading, but we're going to put like walking away over there by Journey and the Garden, actually the Garden and the Gate. Yeah, see. The Garden of the Gate, and then Journey, and then, well, actually the Garden and the Gate walking away, and then Journey, and then we'll put Patience on the bottom on this side because I have a feeling that that's divine timing. And then we've got our power center. So we've got Archangel Chamuel, which is also our third chakra. Strategy usually comes like somewhere around here, but there's a possibility that something needs to be done here, so we'll just put it up at top for now because we are not only working towards the blossoming abundance, Sagittarius, but we're also walking towards the temple path, which is usually like a spiritual enlightenment, or like if you're on a spiritual awakening, like trying to like elevate or ascend, or, you know, be like more like having, you know, be more immersed in your spiritual path kind of thing. And then we have the Magician in the Mirror, which is usually kind of like it's like the Magician, but it's also like the Empath. Like he's got those two elements that he's playing with there. But so he's also a magician, but he also, I think he like has the mirror and is the mirror. That's how I always look at him, right? So the magician. And then we have the healer of the ages. So a magician and a healer with the mirror on the temple path heading towards abundance. So let's see what Alice has to say about this. I think we're going to put abundance up by strategy because it fits better on the table. It fits better on the table, but also I feel like the abundance isn't going to just come. I feel like we need to have like a strategy for it. Let's move these around. They're kind of stuck together. What is this? All right. Well, I will say that the journey is the process. I really do feel like that's divine timing. Divine timing may come out, but patience usually tells us to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing comes out and it means like hurry up, and then patience lets us know, no, you know, it's later. So patience coming out on its own, I almost feel like I don't need divine timing on the table, Sagittarius, because I already know, first of all, I can see this journey. So I can see, you know, if you can see this progression, we're standing here at the gate with the key around our neck. We decide, look at her, even standing at a gate, just walking through it, right? And then we've got the journey. Once we walk through it, you know, where are we going? And then it's like, yeah, well, it's going to take a while to get there, right? Might even be walking towards this. I always talk about this as like a destination, like something you're trying to move towards, like physically. I've said before that the temple path is not only a path, but a temple. Like it's not only getting there, but you know, once it's like not only a path, but a destination kind of thing. So Sagittarius, I wonder if you're the special ones this time. You're the last reading, and I kind of see some heavy hitters here on the table. Look at that. They have to jump. They have to decide to jump. They can't just lazily move in my hand. Oh, shoot. All right. That one's in my lap, but it counts. Let's see. See what we got here real quick. 2. That says nature communication. Flower. What does that say? Colored card with white writing. Nature communication, flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. I didn't even know that card existed. That's interesting. And laws, not justice. Rules that are not fair. I'm gonna get a couple more cards out of this deck. Usually I go for 3. Wow. Yeah. Find the lesson. So, yeah, hold on. Set your course. And this one is manage to be glad. Create your own happiness. Yeah. Is it possible to get one more? Is it possible to get one more Alice the Wonderland card? Just one more. One more card. I know this deck wants to talk. Just one more card. One more card for Sagittarius. Wow. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Okay. We're just gonna make a little bit more room because in the extended we're gonna be hurting. We're gonna be like, oh, what happened? I pulled too many cards. Sagittarius. I might even pull some more cards for you. Let's see what's up. Yeah. Wow. All right. Here. So we're going to pull Sagittarius. These are for the messages for the Moonology manifestation card. We pull them for the messages, but we also pull them to see what other signs might be involved. So I want to see if you are dealing with someone. It's not specific, like as far as the nature of this story goes, it's not specific because it doesn't need to be. Most of the time, even when they do give us like a scenario of what happened, a lot of times the message is not to focus on what happened, which makes total sense because that's, you know, kind of like how I live my life. Like it's how I'm going to deal with something, especially if it's really bad. And I can focus on the situation and, you know, trip myself out, you know, or I can find the lesson and realize that, you know, law is not justice and kind of move forward, you know, managing to be glad of, you know, setting my course here. Want one more moon card, one more Moonology manifestation card for signs of who Sagittarius might be dealing with. Should I just pull one? Can. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? Got more than one card. All right. All right. Take it. We'll just take it. What do we got? Full moon in Gemini. Embrace the flow of life. Yeah. Put that up there. First quarter moon in Sagittarius. First quarter moon in Sagittarius. Believe in your good luck. I thought it said believe in good luck at first, but it says believe in your good luck. So you showing up in your own reading. So we're going to put this over here. Right? Embrace the flow of life. Believe in your good luck. We have last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. I want to say Leo got this. That card. And then last quarter moon in Scorpio. Reveal what needs to be seen. Okay. Here, we'll just put that there. That's part of it. We've got full moon in Scorpio. Breathe through the tension. So we have reveal what needs to be seen. We have take a breather and then breathe through the tension. And last quarter moon in Libra. Make time for self-love. This keeps coming out. Doesn't matter what deck. Woof. Okay. So we have Gemini. So another Sagittarius, perhaps. We have Scorpio, Libra, and Cancer. Okay. We're going to pull the blind spot. All right, let me just tell you what I see. It's like a lot. It's like a whole lot of the same thing. Like there's a lot of times where, you know, you get a story and then the rest of the cards that kind of come out like support that story. I mean, definitely that's what's going on here, but there's also a lot going on here. So this is number 39. Let's just see what our block is. Let's just see what the blind spot is. 39. Right? Yeah. Duplicity. Okay, so, whoops, holy crap. Duplicity. All right, so let's talk about what we see and then move forward from there with this duplicity card. So it's funny too, because we said it wasn't bad, but we split it up into two areas, right? So, yeah, wow, I haven't really told you guys anything that's in my head right yet. Maybe 16 minutes if you're still here. You know this is your reading. Okay, first of all, whoever this is, whatever you're watching this, you are either a powerful person or you're going to be a powerful person. You're headed in that direction, all right? But you've got him and him, or her and her, or him and her, or however one you look at it, you have them. Okay, so this tells me, Sagittarius, that you're a empath and a light worker. Okay, which isn't uncommon to be both. It's just that, you know, a lot of times, I expect a lot of times that people that are watching these readings like have, you know, one or both of those just because you're here on this channel, but it doesn't always show up in the reading. Lately, it's been back and forth, sort of showing up in different readings, right? Not a lot, not for everybody. Definitely not like this. So we did one extended, there will be an extended reading for this. The description will have the link in it. And the thing is, there was, I think, one of the readings where we pulled like an empath, empath empowerment card and an empath activation card. And we still pull the healing cards and the angel guidance. And for light workers especially, there's a lot of angels usually around. What we might do is we might skip the activation cards and maybe just pull angels. We haven't done that before, but definitely if you're, you know, you're on this temple path and you're, you know, are or going to be a powerful person, and you're going to be a light worker and an empath and possibly other things too. Fairies are on the table. You know, I mean, there's such thing as like an empath that can, you know, can commune with nature and things like that. And this could definitely be you, especially with this white rabbit on the table. But usually I say follow the white rabbit is sort of like making the plunge, you know, like basically curiosity meets opportunity is what this says, right? So, so yeah, when we get into the extended, we'll figure out exactly what we want to do. I think that in the way of, again, like I don't see anything negative on the table, Sagittarius. I don't even see anything that you really need to overcome. This side is mostly like making a decision to walk away from the things that aren't helping you. Like that's why laws, not justice, is on the table, because you've already learned that. You already know that. In more ways than one, you're very familiar with that, Sagittarius. And then you have find the lesson, which I think you kind of do anyway on your own. Like you're one of those signs. It's just kind of like when things happen, you kind of like ask yourself like what happened there so that you can find the lesson. And I think that you're also pretty good at managing to be glad when you do get out of something that's not ideal. I think this duplicity is just, I honestly think, because again, there's no like bad stuff on the table. I don't think you're having trouble deciding to walk away from these things from the past that no longer serve you, especially when you find the lesson and you're glad that you're out of it. There's nothing really to hang on to. You know, yeah, part of it might be like, it's a journey to like find out what happened. Like it's easy to walk away, but to actually realize like what you didn't see and you see later, like through healing, like that might take a little bit of time. But for the most part, once that heavy lifting is done, believe in your own good luck, you just walk away, then you can get towards this abundance. You don't actually need a strategy, but if you had, you'd get there either way. Right? What you really need to have is the patience to get there. It's going to take a little bit because you do need this to end. But I think this duplicity is the empath light worker in you. I don't see hesitation. I see to take a hesitation. I see take a breather, to just kind of stop. Like this says to set your course, which yes, you do want to do, but you're also kind of like pausing and breathing through the tension of getting ready to move forward there. You know, it's telling you that you do need to make time for self-love, that you went through all of this and you figured that out. You found the lesson. You kind of like, you already were just glad to be out of it. Like you already knew, and you kind of knew it was going to be a journey. Maybe you're still waiting for something to like kind of show up, but you still have to take care of yourself. You haven't done that yet. And the thing is if you're an empath, you need to do that. You can't skip over that. So it's one of those things where you can set your course all you want. If you don't take a breather, you're going to burn yourself out. It's not just about breathing through the tension and the connection of finding out who you are or what you're here to do or what it means to be what you are. And like I said, it doesn't have to be just an empath and a light worker. You could be other stuff too. You might want to maybe close your eyes and ask, you know. It's going to be a little bit of an experience. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, it might be another thing that you have to find the lesson in. Why am I an empath and a light worker? Right? You don't have to fully set your course now. I think, you know, people always say, oh, I got off my beaten path, or I got off my course, and, you know, I didn't have a strategy. And then a lot of other people say, well, you never really get off of your course. If you're going in another direction, you're still on your course. It's just going to wind right back, you know, to where you're actually back on what you would be considered to be your course again. You're never off course. Either way, however you want to look at it, pretty much wherever you set your course, you're going to end up where you're supposed to end up. With what you're supposed to have. With what you're supposed to be. You don't have to do much. The walking through the gate has already occurred. The journey, perhaps, but that's just finding the lesson. That's sometimes that's you learn as you go on, especially if you are struggling to manage to be glad, or you're struggling to find what needs to be seen. Sometimes you're not struggling with anything. It just takes time. It could be, maybe it's giving you time to manage to be glad, to have that appreciation. Maybe even more of the lesson presents itself when that happens. If you're not sure how to set your course, you just really don't know. I mean, it's honestly telling you to follow the white rabbit. Like something will tell you to move in a direction, even if you think it's something small. Even if it's something, and I keep saying it, like meditating. You sit down, you meditate, you figure out, oh, this is how I'm supposed to move. I got it now. You know, you just ask the question. This says embrace the flow of life. A lot of times that is part of it, like letting letting that flow. You know, believing that you'll get there anyway, even if you didn't have a strategy, because you will. I think this is also telling you to pay attention to, you know, both being a light worker and an empath. Stuff comes with it, you know. I mean, it's also telling you to be in nature. But I think it's telling you much more than that. I think it's defining what kind of an empath you are. I'm just making sure there's nothing else on the table that kind of says that. Yeah. Somebody could also be like psychic or very intuitive. Somebody could really know how to manifest. Yeah, be able to talk to plants, animals. Powerful in other ways. You're going to want to be both. Be both. People talk about being an empath. They don't talk much about being a light worker. I mean, it's been a while since I kind of looked for it on YouTube, but when I did look for it, there was some confusion about what that actually was. People were adopting the term and using it, and that's fine. But that wasn't what I was looking for, kind of thing. And so I was kind of, you know, That Lightworker, you know, information is just as important as the empath information. Look at the empath stuff. Judith Orloff, I think it's her that came out with like the Empath Empowerment Guide. I believe that's what it's called, Empath Empowerment Guide. And there's also another book, I can't remember if it's her or somebody else, called Positive Energy. I would read those. If you haven't read those and you're this person, I would read those books. Kind of puts you to where you want to be when you're working with the energy. Especially if you've already got this down, it's going to be so much easier. Once you read that, you figure that out. You're moving towards this kind of thing. The extended might be a little bit longer than they usually are because we're going to pull the healing cards and we're going to pull a couple extra cards. I'm not sure which ones yet. I'll be guided to use them when we, either in between, you know, before I start recording the extended or actually in the extended. I'm going to see if anything else wants to come through. Anything, I think, you know, honestly right now, I think that the biggest like piece of information that I can give you in this video, if you're not going to go to the extended, the link will be in the description, is that this is going to happen on its own. Yeah, you're already moving towards that anyway, you just are. You know, as you pick up these lessons, or whether or not you already know them, like I said, this is going to happen. You're both this light worker and like empath component to your spiritual awakening are just as important as each other. And sometimes it can be a little rough to like trying to be paying attention to both, but you kind of do want to do that. One is just as important as the other. And you know, this is like an empath statement. Make time for self-love. You do need to do that. It helps you to be able to keep up with what's going on when you're trying to make changes or do stuff. You know, you're giving yourself the breather or the time or the rest, or, you know, actually spending time in nature, you know, embracing the flow of life, which means just not moving too fast, you know. Maybe even believing in your own good luck can kind of help for you to be able to take this in stride and find the lesson a little bit easier, manage to be glad a little bit easier, have patience a little bit easier, wait for what needs to reveal itself to be a little bit easier through the course of this journey. So you can set your course, you can have a strategy, but again, you don't need one. You don't need one to get to this abundance. You're going to get to it anyway. I think your main thing is to like just move forward and to make time for self-love. And Sagittarius, I really think it's time to pull some more cards. If this is your reading, meet us over in the extended. And if not, until we meet again.